Welcome back. I'm Martin, and my friends over at Heavyocity, they just released Dystropia. And the very moment I heard the first notes coming out of that instrument, I saw an abandoned factory hall, a computer terminal, a countdown going down, the good guys arrive, try to stop everything, the bad guys arrive, they need to escape in their jeeps, continuing to working on this. To make it short, I wrote a demo track called Override Protocol. I suggest let's listen to that track, and then I talk you through track by track what precisely I was doing on this track. Yeah, that was my track Override Protocol, one of the official demo tracks for Dystropia, and a big thanks obviously goes out to my friends over at Heavyocity for sending over an NFR copy so I could test drive this beauty. Then I suggest now really we just go track by track through this beast, what precisely I did there, and I hope you can learn something from it. I put on the headphones and let's do this. So the very first track are the drums. They are from the Damage analog hybrid drums, just a loop. You know, loops are bad, but I did something pretty cool with those loops. Let's just listen to them. There goes the loop, and there come the stutter keys, because you can do this with the percussion libraries from Heavyocity in the Damage 2 engine. Then I just have some hybrid drum hips. Boom. Some reverses and some hits. Just to get everything more exciting, even the second part. Where I go in with these two elements, just to get it, a little more interesting. The stutter. So, anti-variant. Know your libraries, know your tools, and loops aren't that bad anymore if you know how to use them. Then we come to Dystropia. You get in Dystropia two instruments. You get the designer. I mean, the whole thing is based in the Gravity 2 engine. There's a link to a live stream I once did, going really knob by knob, button by button, fader by fader through the complete Gravity 2 engine, which is an infinite beast. I won't do it again today. So you get the cue creators, 3 layers, completely independent and can do whatever you want. And you have the menus. So here this track just contains a cue curator with this bending bass and some high dystopian strings dying lonely in the desert. That's it. Then here the next track from the designer, again some rhythms which I used towards the end. Gives it a nice drive, and there is another cue creator rhythmic, if I do remember well, which I would like to show you right away then. Exactly this one. So that's the rhythmic fundament of the second part, to get the drums really drives the whole track home rhythmic wise. Then there is, in the next track, again rhythms. I used it at the very beginning, and you see there are some bits that I just showed once or twice over the whole track, just to keep everything interesting, keep everything moving. Nice effect, not a little glitchy, a little dirty. You see once it's in there. How cool is this one? I mean, this is a chaotic chase chord. Again, one of the rhythms you see in the designer. You do get all those categories. The cue creators, the pedals and pulses and straights and triplets, the alarms, straights and triplets, the rhythms, the pads, the glitches, the melodic decaying and sustained. We come to those in a while. And then the init preset, where you really can start by your own. And that's it even for this track. Then, next track, again, rhythmic. Doing this. Preparing you for what will come later in the next track. Again, from the designer, something rhythmic, doing this. I love this library. I think you can tell from my face I love this library. It goes in the absolute right direction. I mean, Oblivion was cool, so regressive. This one, the dystopian one, the dark one, like it. Then again, rhythms at the beginning. So I just have this bell here all over the place for, 2 bars. Then again, from the designers, the alarm. This is how everything started. Just with this alarm clock, which is called a bit off. Then I pause it. I bring it in again. This time stronger. Then at the end, you can see from the velocity, again stronger, just to the high note. Really to have even some high notes in it, and that's it for this track. Then in the next track, again alarms, which I use at the very end. Let's listen to this. Which then bends down at the end to stop the whole thing. Then here again, another cue creator preset. At the beginning, when the whole tension starts, just called the reactor meltdown riser, part of the downers and risers. Then from the cue creators, now it gets interesting. Second bit, melody is played by this one. It's call to action. Very beastie low end even. And the melody didn't stop here. I added to the melody from the cue creators this one here, the crying ivory strings, and I panned them to the left. I do have even here the Tears of Tomorrow panned to the right. Together they sound like this. And with the melody, the main instrument, we have this. Starting. Boom. And now all three together. just to show you, you know, the tiny little tricks that add that special sauce to your track just by layering some sounds. Then I have here the as fast possible, a designer pedal, and then another cue creator here doing this. Crumbling home. Don't go in there! No! I mean, come on, guys. It feels like cheating. Having a library like this feels like cheating if you write a track, because all the presets are just very, very special. Okay, then cue creator. Here, what does this one do? Just a Doppler flyby. Pause it again. And once again. Then yes, I think we had this one already, which was the rhythmic element. Exactly. Then here again another cue creator. The enigma of anxiety. And again, you know, it should disturb the whole feeling, but not overdoing it. So, you know, within the mix, you should get those goosebumps, but you shouldn't precisely be able to tell why. So use elements like this. Then here, the cue creator again. The fallout strike. Boom. Pause. And again. So you see how it comes together? Then at the end, this was the very end of the track. Then we have here from the designer another rhythm. Just pulsing. Okay, and we come to the menus. And now you will see even something really cool in a while. So here I do have just this 6-string radiation. Playing the melody, the first part. Here, pretty dark low end. Then I have this rhythmic menu. This is how everything started, and here look at the pitch bend. I was playing a lot with the pitch bend to get this even more uneery. Yeah, those tiny little tricks. Then another menu rhythmic. Nasty sounds. And now there comes something pretty cool. I mean, you know how much I do love the Heavyocity libraries, and that's one of the reasons. So there is this menu with all the stings and hits and stuff like this, and the very first sound is just this one, deep one. What's so cool about those menus is, you see, you have all those various sounds, but now look at the knob of the panning as I play through this track. I have the low notes in the center, this high one to the right, in the center, to the left, in the center, to the right, because every single note, I can pan this one to the right, this one remains in the center, this one remains in the center because I didn't touch them. So they are completely independent, and this lets at least me write music so fast because I have something in my head and then I just can do it on the interface of the library so intuitively. So yes, well done. Well done. I know I'm repeating myself, but well done. Then the next menu is just a swell. Which leads into this booms part. Then there's this beautiful swell, which is called Aborigines Pass. And I used even here a downer riser doing this. Out, and then there comes the long riser. They are tempo synced, by the way. You can double the speed, you can half down the speed, and then together they sound like this. And we are nearly through. 2 stings at the beginning, doing this. And another one. That's even a pretty horrific one. And then here, some more tonal stings. The other ones have been atonal, if I remember well. So there are all those stings on the various keys, and then down here you do have the trigger keys to bring them in the key you need. You know, those are the atonal ones. The other ones are the tonal ones, and that's it. That's everything that was in there. I just did a little master then with, in this case, Ozone. I did the equalizing with a mid-side equalizer. I have the dynamics, the imager, and the maximizer to -14 LUFS, just as YouTube asks for it. And that's it, really that's it. That's the whole track, and I suggest now we listen again to it now that you saw and heard the various elements, and now you hear them, how they come together. And that's it from my side for today. Make good music always. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then please consider subscribing. If you like, you know, walkthroughs, tutorials like this, leave a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something from it, and maybe if you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you would like to let me know what you think about Dystropia. Do you like this library? Do you think it's useful? What would you do with it? And yeah, that's it from my side for today. Now really, we listen again to the track, and that's it for today. See you in the next video or in the next live stream. Bye bye.